think this message that I'm about to give you is very important right now. It's a message of calm, controlled emotion. And somebody can go, well, look, you lost your control, you lost your mind over there in that last video, you got all mad and peeved at the end. Yes, I did. It was on video. And did I lose control? No, but I was very angry. At that moment, if I wanted to lose control or lose my ability to be rational and think and process information in a logical, rational, sane way, that's the time that you lose it, right? That's when good friends pulling you back, or even a good person that recognizes it, sees it, says, whoa, time out, buddy. Let's de-escalate this situation. Emotional, intelligent people can de-escalate things themselves, which I'm pretty good at it. You saw me losing it on the video, but after the video was over and I said my piece, I was done. And, I didn't have to go kick in the washing machine door, or beat the dog, or rant and rave. None of that crap. And the reason I bring it up is because of the Mar-a-Lago, the raid. A raid is a plan. Now, forgive me if I don't get the exact terminology right there, tactical commandos, but a raid is a planned infiltration. So infiltrate or planned mission. You go in, do the mission, and then you plan how you're going to get out of the area. The FBI planned their raid to go in, look for specific things, where they were going to look, whether it was on the warrant or not, I don't know. They do things however they want to do them anyway, and it doesn't much matter, the legal standing of the document they have. It says bathroom, and they go through the whole house kind of a thing, right? Turn off your cameras. No, that's a violation of the First Amendment, right? Because they don't have any expectation of privacy within that dwelling. The person who owns that house has expectation of privacy, but the FBI and anyone else doesn't get to tell you to shut the cameras off in your own home. Okay? Unless they're up to no good. But to maintain your cool and calm, collected, takes practice. It's the difference between being a child and being an adult. And then even some adults never really fully grow up, right? They're emotionally unintelligent. The whole term, I saw red and I blacked out and I just started swinging. What? No. See, if you go that far, you are the most emotionally weak person there. You can get mad. Everybody gets mad. And usually it's because the situation is out of their control and they want to fix it right now. To have that ability to know and learn to back off, it's like, okay, I have to get focused here and know, think rationally. I have to know what I'm going to do is going to actually have the effect, the desired effect. And what is the desired effect we all want right now? We want our rights back. We want our liberty back. And we know the FBI, they're not there to give us our liberty back. They're there to take it away. They're there to find some sort of a crime against Americans to go in and get us, right? And the officers there love doing it. They like their job. Some of them like their job for various reasons. They like the money. They like the power, a combination of the two, power and money. Maybe because it's a leftist organization and is politically motivated. Maybe they like punishing Republicans and or independents, people that are not Marxist socialists. Those guys, they're not team Marxism or team socialism. And so therefore they're the enemy and they need to be punished and sought out and drug out of their homes. And these people, we need to punish them and take away their land, their property, take away their families, take away their lives, take away their happiness, take away the elements that support life and the elements that support happiness. Why? You're not on their team. And so they want to be part of that. And, that's the way they legalized plunder is all that is, right? And so we see that, and we're like, hey, you're victimizing us here. And they're like, whatever. You can be victimized. That's okay because you're not us. And of course it's going to make us mad. Of course we're going to get ticked off. And we want to lash out and we want to act out. Why? Because it's unjust. We know it's wrong. But acting out is detrimental. You have to have a plan that has to be morally right. It has to be clearly defined, and you have to be able to see it from point A to the end. And so in the military would use, and not just the military, most people don't realize what it's reverse planning order. So you have this objective you want to obtain, right? A clear objective. What are the steps backwards from that objective to right now? And those are the steps we need to take. But if you start where you're at right now, you get mad and you think, I'm just going to go kick in some doors and shoot some buggers and I'll show them. You never get to the objective because it wasn't clearly defined as to how to get there. So this guy that went into the Omaha, Nebraska, I think that's the one, Omaha, the FBI field office recently got shot and killed by the state troopers. His mistake was he didn't think clearly. He didn't calm down. And it cost him his life. He did everything wrong, even though his heart, his intent was in the right place. He wasn't a terrorist. He wasn't attacking innocent women and children, blowing up buildings to kill people. He was going in specifically, going after the people he felt were actually evil, wicked people. But it wasn't a very good plan. I'm sure if he hadn't done that, had he not attacked the FBI, he would still be alive and he would still be considered a good guy. Not according to the FBI or leftists think. Of course you're not going to be a good guy to them. You're a bad guy instantly with them. You don't have to do anything wrong. Just don't think like them, and that's bad enough, right? We don't want to go down that path. Back in 2014, Ryan Bundy, I think was his name, Cliven Bundy, they stood up against the federal government. And they stood up, and the world and the United States come down on them, and they called them terrorists, and they wanted to see them all die, and they shouldn't be doing what they're doing. But they were fighting the same exact fight we're fighting now. But instead of the FBI, they were fighting the BLM, which is just another expansion of the federal government, Bureau of Land Management. Why does the Bureau of Land Management have an assault team? Why do they have snipers? Why do they have all that? So they can police themselves. They're a big police force. What we're up against, folks, is an ever-expanding police force that's labeled police. But in reality, because of the laws of posse comitatus, they can't field the army against us, or they would. So they have to build an army and call it something else. Have it fractured into a whole bunch of little different pieces. But in reality, it's all one big monster. That's why the Postal Service, they have a SWAT team. They have a police force. That's why Department of Homeland Security, they all have their own police forces. The FBI, trying to think of the new one, the police there in Washington, D.C. Now they want to expand them to be a nationwide police force. But, to protect senators and whatnot. This has got to stop. We know it's got to stop. But we don't have a clearly defined, peaceful way of stopping it. And I know the FBI and these people are watching for violent rhetoric to shut us up. And if they don't like what they hear, they shut us down, right? But peace is not always the option. To stop tyrants, you don't go in with peaceful. You can write down all your grievances you want, pitch it to them in paper, and they laugh you out of the building. You show up in front of Congress, they'll laugh you out of the building. They'll put a mark on you. Like, that guy's he's dangerous. He's opposing us. Keeping a good, close eye on him and politically destroy him. Socially destroy him. But make it look like he's the bad guy. They're good at setting this crap up, so we have to be very, very calm. We can get mad. But you can't show it, right? I showed it on my video, and, could it be detrimental to me in the future? Yeah, very much so. Is that bad? It can be. But I want to point out that we all feel this way. We are all angry because we know the system, the Department of Justice, is anything but a just department. We know that. How do we fix it? Term limits, recall elections, nullification, constitutional convention. My opinion is a constitutional convention with as many crooks as we have in our midst are self-serving And you might have a convention, but these people, they're practiced enough that whoever goes is probably going to do nothing more than what Nancy Pelosi does. Create laws and situations which will be really hard to change to where they get personal gain over the top, over all of us. You know, what's the right answer? At this moment, at this very moment, our best action to take right now is to remain calm. You know, there's a reason we have a Fifth Amendment. The right not to incriminate yourself, to not talk. You have to communicate, but at the same time, if you communicate and they see it, they use it against you. You have to be aware that they're doing that. You know, me making this video, shoot, if I'm not already on a watch list or some sort of kill list, I'll be surprised. I'm not afraid of them. That's the other thing. You can't be afraid of them. Stop being afraid. The ball is already in motion. Things are already happening. Things are already going to happen. You can't stop it. We can guide it the right direction, and that's our job. We need to guide it in the right direction. How? I don't know. I don't have that answer. But remain calm. If you get mad, just take a step back, take a breather. Watch your friends. Tell them to shut up when they need to. You shut up when you need to. If your friends tell you to shut up, listen to them. Don't fight with them too. Okay? We need each other. We don't need to be dead on the side of a road somewhere or in a prison cell because you spoke your mind at the wrong time in the wrong tone around the wrong people, and FBI shows up to round you up to indefinitely imprison you without a trial, without being able to confront witnesses, without being able to present the facts to a court. That's where we're at, guys. That's where we're at. We have to really think our way through this. You're not going to do it alone. You're going to end up like this guy, Schiffer, I think was his name, dead on the side of a highway from the Gestapo's bullet. So, peaceful means, for now, right now, yeah. And I know they say violence against law enforcement is never, ever, 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 never, never, ever, ever allowed. Well, it's against the law. But is it wrong? Battle of Bunker Hill, Breeds Hill, Battle of Lexington and Concord, and all the things in between. Were those legal? Nope. Were they violent? Yep. And why did it happen? Gun confiscation, and the population was being abused by the government. Doesn't matter what color they wear, what they call themselves. What matters is the actions they take. And right now the actions being taken are infringing upon our rights, clearly infringing upon our rights. And to them it's laughable to mention the Constitution. That makes you a terrorist. Nah, to hell with them. You live by your Constitution. Everything in it is honorable. Everything in it is righteous. Everything in it, until they touch it, of course. They manipulate and twist things. Everything in it with the founding documents, what the founders had placed in position for us to live the lives we've lived. Life, liberty, property, the pursuit of happiness. If the government does anything that impedes those without you actually having broke any laws, they're usurping power. And you have a right to defend those rights. And you have a right to use the force necessary to stop the aggression. You have the right, and you have the moral obligation to stand in their way. Do you want to throw the first punch and fire the first shot? They want you to believe you're not allowed to or you're not supposed to. That's what they want you to believe because it benefits them. Benefits them. But if you fire the first shot or you throw the first punch, you better be right and you better have backup and you better have a plan and you better be able to see it through and understand that if you lose, you're going to be in a hangman's noose. You're going to be in a prison. You're going to be indefinitely detained. You're never going to see the light of day again. They're going to take all your property, your lives, your fortunes, and your sacred honors. They're after them. They're already smearing our sacred honor right now. And we haven't even broke the law. We haven't done anything wrong, except for wrong think and not support Marxist and socialist ideals. Guys, this is the American Rifleman. Like, share, subscribe, comment. organize, and plan, but do it in an honorable way. Violence is not the answer. I don't know about that. But if you do violence, you better be right. This is the American Rifleman, signing out.